So after that debauchery last night, any hopes some of the fans had of this season, of this team going to the playoffs, should be completely dashed right now. No, I didn't think for a second we were going to the playoffs. All we were going to be doing was playing spoiler, because we probably should be, for the most part, undefeated this season, but we're not. Too many mistakes we made cost us games. The Texans game was probably the toughest game we faced, then Kansas City. But even then, so what did we do? I already have a lot of fans on my Facebook page mad because of my comments. Look, I'm a realistic fan. I cannot be you guys with your win-lose-die model. Just putting a fake smile on my face because the team hasn't made me smile in a while. I can't. So where do we go from here? A lot of people still want to keep Rivers. A lot of people think Rivers should hang it up. A lot of blame this season is on Rivers. But it's not like we have an offensive line. He's carrying the whole team on his back for the most part, on the offensive side. We didn't have Melvin Gordon. He was too much of a bitch. And to me, Gordon should have done more in this game, and he didn't. The first half, 9 carries, 58 yards. And then he got, 22 yards receiving, and then he was almost silent the second half. What did he get, 9, 10 more yards rushing, 4 or 5 receiving? This is what happens when you don't show up to practice. If he showed up to practice, we could have been 4-0 in September. We could have been 8-0 in October. Who knows what our record could be right now if Melvin Gordon alone would have just showed up. So it's not just Rivers that we can put the blame on. This offensive line was terrible last year too, and the year before, and the year before. And it's not like they don't have experience. They know what they're doing. They just don't care. And our defensive line did do a better job than I am giving them credit for, but they're not as good as some people are giving them credit for. When you only getting your hands on Mahomes once, mobile quarterback or not, you're not having to make any mistakes. You're not doing your job. There's no reason for Derwin James now to come back and play against the Broncos. Risk him getting injured instead of saving him for next year. I think we need to add a few more extra pieces on our defensive line next year to make it better. Because, defensive teams win championships. Sure, offensive team does too, but it's the majority of the time defensive teams. So unless we have a great defensive team, we're not going to win a championship. Let's just face it. If we build a strong line against Phillip Rivers, let's say we give him 4 great blockers, Let's say we find a better running back than Melvin Gordon. I mean, not like we did it back in 2006 with LT and all that, right? We had everybody we could possibly want. Defense still didn't stop the Patriots. Even with that mistake, defense still didn't stop the Patriots. And we lost. And then we went 11-5 in 2007. And we lost. And then we went 13-3 in 2008. And we lost. And then we had the number 1 offense and defense, which what more can you ask for? And we lost. We couldn't even make it to the playoffs. We're 9-7. We're trying to do this fight for LA thing, right? Never should have left San Diego. I mean, that's our home. As of right now, though, the fan base wouldn't be showing much love anyway. I mean, let's face it. Other than the Denver Broncos Every team has had blackout games because when teams lose. And don't get me wrong, I know the Broncos had blackout games too, but what was that, before 72 or something like that? But every team has stopped supporting their fans when they're losing. People say, oh, the Raiders are diehard fans. Have they even sold out a game this year? No. If they're so diehard, how come they're not selling out games? They freaking tarp up a lot of their seats up there. You look at the tarping off. That's 10,000 seats they don't even have to sell, and they still can't sell out a game. We are going to tank, Lakers fan. Trust me. We don't even have a choice. No matter how good we do, we always lose every single game. That Green Bay game, I don't know what happened with that game, but we are going to tank. We're going to lose to the Broncos. We will lose to the Raiders because they're fighting for something right now. It may come down to Kansas City having to beat us again to take the divisional title if they can't stop the Raiders. They're going to have to least, if they lose to them, they're going to be swept. They're going to have to sweep us. Our last min might go again be against the Jaguars. Honestly, I don't even see us beating the Vikings, and the Vikings suck. But I don't know what to do. If we're going to fight for LA, Dean is going to have to spend money out of his pocket. And that's not the type of person Dean is. Have you ever seen Dean spend money out of his pocket? If Dean wanted a new stadium in San Diego, he would have got it done. What Dean wanted to do was have the San Diego taxpayers pay for the entire stadium. He may have pissed in $100 million, but the other $700-800 million was going to come from the fans. You don't see other teams paying for the majority of the stadium. They pay for half or they pay for 1/3. They don't pay for the majority. It's not so much that San Diego didn't want the Chargers compared to Dean Spanos didn't want San Diego. He saw LA as a bigger market and he wants more money. And as a business owner, I can understand that. Who doesn't want more money? LA is a huge market. LA is not a Charger market. It never has been. We may have gotten some ratings coming from LA, clearly, because it is right next to us, and there's probably a lot of Charger fans that come from there. But we weren't going to ever take hold of that fan base. Never. The majority of that fan base is always a mixture. It always has been. Raiders is one of the most popular teams in LA. They couldn't sell out a game. The most popular team in LA is the Cowboys franchise. You got a lot of Bronco fans, a lot of Packer fans, a lot of Steeler fans. LA has no loyalty to any football team. No matter any hype anyone says, they don't have any loyalty. They will turn on you in a drop of a hat. Look at what they did to the Lakers. They dropped on them just to join the Clippers because the Clippers won a couple of divisional titles. Lakers have a couple of bad seasons. They will drop you. If the Lakers become very good this year and go back to the playoffs, all those so-called Clipper fans will go back to the Lakers. That just tells you how LA is. LA has no loyalties. They truly don't. And they should be loyal to the Lakers. And they should be loyal to the Dodgers. Dodgers won 4 championship. Lakers won them what? I know they're a 16-time champion, but I don't know if they won them any in Minnesota or not. But they're not loyal. They will turn their back on you. Like I said, if we had another baseball team, and I'm not going to say the Angels. The Angels don't belong in LA. They don't ever need to move out there. But if they had another baseball team and they were winning, they would turn on the Dodgers just like they turn on the Lakers. That's why there's no football team that belongs in LA. They have no loyalty. But if Dean Spanos truly wants to fight for LA, he's going to have to open up his pocketbook. I don't know what coach we should go for. I wish back in 2010, after that season was over, we would have dropped Norv Turner and hired Ron Rivera. Maybe we should go after him next anyway. I think his contract's over with the Jaguars after this year anyway, or the Panthers, I mean. Maybe we should go after him. He's a good defensive coach. Anthony Lynn's no good. We also need a defensive coach. We need to find somebody for that. We don't need Anthony Lynn to be our offensive coach. He has no balls. He's too scared. He really is too scared. We hired Anthony Lynn for 2 reasons and 2 reasons only. One, we wanted to have a minority going into LA to think we were going to get some fans. And 2, he was cheap. That's the only reason why we hired Anthony Lynn. I know what's going on. I'm not going to sit there and hold my mouth because we're in this new progressive age and people are going to get their feelings hurt. 2, we need a new GM. Tom sucks. You did nothing on the free market to build on none of the lines, especially the O-line. We saw the work we needed on the offensive line. We did nothing to fix it. Then, during the season, when we have all our usual injuries, before the trade deadline, you didn't do one damn thing to fix our problems. So, you already knew the season was over. So, Tom's got to go. So, you buy us a good GM. You buy us a good offensive coach. I mean, a good head coach. Now, I don't know how this new guy is going to work out for next year that we got going on now. You buy us a new defensive coach. And then you get on the free agency. You get on the draft. You get us a few more key players on our defensive line. And then you just focus on our offensive line. No matter if you sign Rivers or not, Rivers don't need more than a 2-year contract so we can focus on him training a new quarterback. If Rivers was any type of a man or a Charger player, he would be training that quarterback to take his spot because he knows it's that time. He's like 36, 37 years old. It's time. You want to have your legacy live on. Have your legacy live on training someone to replace you that's going to be good. Don't go out like a bitch. Don't be a Dan Fouts. That you're just going to be hating the Chargers on the freaking TV when you're announcing the games. But yeah, but that's just my opinion, you know. I already know what's going to happen. We ain't going to make any good moves like we did in the last season. Other than getting Justin. We ain't going to make any good moves. But we're not going to do anything. And we're going to sit there and let our fan base slowly wither away. And let the mockery continue of everyone making fun of us. That's why I said I'm done. I'm done defending this team. I can't. How can I? I can't defend a team that don't defend themselves. So I'm going to stay off the trash talking pages. I'm not going to make any more videos defending team or going off on the other teams. You know, when's the last time you got a playoff win? When's the last time you won a championship? I can't do that. Raider fans will sit there and talk about the Super Bowl. I can't defend the fact that they haven't won a Super Bowl in almost half a century. Bronco fans can sit there and talk shit. I mean, they won a Super Bowl in the last 5 years. Can't talk shit. And KC's just in our same predicament. I mean, I know they have a Super Bowl before the merger, so a lot of people don't count that. And they're in the same predicament as we are. And maybe they might actually win one with Patrick Mahomes. Who knows? But they got to have a consistent team on both sides, and they don't seem to have that problem. Like I said, most likely it'll come down to the Patriots and the Ravens this season for the AFC Championship game. Who knows? The Ravens look like the hottest team right now, except for when they go against the Browns in the NFL. But my point is, if Dean really wants to fight for LA, and we're going to be in LA for a long time, his option is going to be, and I really hope, Dean, you're listening to this, and I know you're not, but I really hope you are, open your pocketbooks, get a good GM, get a good head coach, get a good defensive coach, and make sure they're going to get a few good key players on your defensive line so our defensive line can be stacked, and then fix your offensive line. That's it. I got to head to work. Let's focus on the next year. I don't know if you're going to do Rivers or not. Rivers don't need a big contract. a year, maybe two the most. And let's just focus on the future. One dog out.